Hello and welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. My name is Jessica Mason and I'm a holistic health counselor. Today we're going to be making a nice summer dish, a cucumber avocado gazpacho soup. It's a great dish to use up all of those overflowing cucumbers from your garden and any other fresh local ingredients that you can find. So we're going to start today with obviously cucumbers. So one cucumber for the soup itself and then another small cucumber for the garnish. One organic avocado. We'll also be adding some olive oil, some apple cider vinegar, a few spices including some chili pepper, as well as lemon, onion, salt. So to get started, we're going to take our cucumber and just peel it down. So throwing any of our food waste into a bucket so that we can compost it later is a great idea. So we'll go ahead and just peel the cucumber. Then we'll also want to take out the seeds. Let's get this a little closer. Now cucumbers are just in abundance right now, being August here in New England. And like I mentioned, I have a garden and just can't get enough of them. So they're coming fast and furious. So I like to cook as much as I can with them. They're such a nice, refreshing summer vegetable to have. And obviously so nutritious as well. Oftentimes when I eat cucumbers, I like to keep the skin on, especially if it's organic. It doesn't work as well in a soup, so we're going to take it off. But certainly fabulous when you're putting it in salads for that extra nutritional boost. So we'll just chop off the ends and just quickly cut it down the middle, and then go ahead and take out the seeds. And you can just take a spoon and really easily seed that cucumber. And then once we get all the seeds out, we'll just go ahead and lightly chop it and throw it right into our food processor. So I'm going to be using a food processor today, one of my favorite kitchen tools. If you don't have a food processor, maybe a Vitamix blender would work fine. Whatever you do have on hand is great. That'll chop those things up. Even a hand blender, if you want to put this all into a pot and blend it by hand, that's another great option. All right, so we start with just one cucumber and then one avocado. So the amount of soup we're making here will serve two, possibly three, but it's probably closer to a 2-serving soup. So just great for a quick lunch for yourself and maybe some leftovers, or if there's just 2 of you in the house, real great. So you can obviously just go ahead and double the recipe if you want to make more. And removing the seed, it's a nice ripe avocado, so it comes out nice and easily. And the riper the avocado, obviously the easier it is to get out, and really the better the flavor. But I made one the other day. The avocado wasn't quite ripe enough, but if you blend it up enough, it actually worked out just fine, so don't worry about that. A nice small little onion from my local farm. We really just want about a tablespoon of onion here. So I'm just going to go ahead and dice up this. But if you had a larger onion, then you could just use a portion of it and just use about a tablespoon. So again, just go ahead and dice it up, and we'll just throw that in our food processor as well. Really quick and easy soup here. No cooking involved, which is great for the summertime. I know we don't have air conditioning, so nobody likes to turn on the oven in the middle of the summer with no air conditioning. So we can go ahead and just toss in lemon. There we go. Lemon juice, about the juice of half of a lemon. And if there's seeds in it, you can always squeeze it facing up to not get the seeds in there. I did remove my seeds earlier, so I think I'm pretty safe. You can use a juicer as well, like a hand juicer, to get all the juice out of the lemon if you'd like, but that'll work too. Okay, so we're going to add just a few more things. We've got a cup of water just to make it nice and soupy. And using filtered water is always a great idea. And then lastly, we're just going to go ahead and blend. So we have our salt and our chili powder. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw in right now our apple cider vinegar and our olive oil too before I blend it up. So we've got 1 tablespoon here of apple cider vinegar. And And then 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Olive oil always kept in a container that won't be contaminated by light or heat. I tend to keep most of my reserve olive oil in the refrigerator. You can't really use it right out of the refrigerator, but it keeps it better so it doesn't go rancid, especially when it's hot out. And then just have a small amount on the counter for use, because I do use it pretty much every day. So there we go. Now we are ready. So we'll go ahead and just blend that until it's smooth. So now, lastly, we're just going to add some spices. As I mentioned, the chili powder. Go ahead and put just a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder in there. You can do this to taste as well, but I find that that's a good amount to start with. And then a 1/4 tablespoon of sea salt. And I tend to use sea salt in all of my cooking, actually in all of my salt needs. It's just more nutrition. It has all of the minerals contained in the sea, and allows you to get that much more nutrition into your diet. So we'll go ahead and just blend that for a few more seconds. Make sure we get all of that chili powder in there. And there we go. There's our soup. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a spare cucumber for garnish. And we're just going to go ahead and peel. I'm only going to need about half of this, so I'll just peel that half of it, and then I can store the rest in the refrigerator for next time. Okay, and we're just going to dice this up and have it to put right on top of our soup. So just a nice, quick and easy dice. No need to de-seed this. You can just chop it into nice small pieces to enjoy in your soup. I just love the smell of cucumber. It's so good. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and take our bowl right out here. There we go. And pour this nicely into the bowl to serve. Excellent. Garnish with a handful of cucumbers. I also like to sprinkle a little paprika just because I'm very into color when I cook, so I like to put a little bit of paprika just for looks. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely. So then you can just go ahead and enjoy, and you can make this a couple days. I've kept this in the refrigerator for a couple days, and it's just as good a few days later. So enjoy. And thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Have a great summer.